Hi, this is Linda Hines, and I'm a fabric artist. Today I'm going to show you tone-on-tone stenciling. Now before I get started, I have to give a shout out to Angie Knowles, who's a fellow artist, has a great YouTube channel. Check the link below. So let's get started. What we're doing today is stenciling over fabric that's with paint that's the same color. So what we're trying to do is make it look like, like those black on black or white on white fabrics. It's nice to have it be pretty subtle. So you need to find the color that matches the background. And this is a piece of my ice dyed piece. And I'm using Profab 35, Rad 35. And one of the things, you have to use transparent paint, because if you don't use transparent paint, then it will just sit on top. And it'll look like, what I'm looking for, it looks like it's printed in the background. So we're going to get started and see how this works. I'm using this stencil, and I'll list it below. I've used it before. It's one of my favorite stencils. And I'm taking my... I put it on a paper plate, the red, and then I'm using my dauber, which I have a tutorial, and I'll link it below on my blog about these daubers. I really like using them for stencils. Now, it's all about less is best, so I try to blot off as much paint as I can, because otherwise it's a mess. One thing I think I will do with this, which I don't always do, but I'm going to show you that you can go ahead and tape this down so it doesn't move on you, which is kind of a good idea. And I do it sometimes I don't. It just depends on how fast I'm trying to get this over with. But I think it's a really good habit to get into, especially on these bigger stencils like this. So, okay, we're going to get started, and I'm just going to dab. And we'll see what happens. Of course, you don't have to use the whole stencil. You can always use parts of stencils, but I kind of thought I wanted a big piece of this. And I can always cut it up if I don't want to use the whole thing. But I really like this this design. So let's see how this works. It's kind of hard, when you're usually stenciling, you can see on the fabric or on the paper, whatever you're using as your substrate, you will see the color on the fabric. On here, it's kind of hard because they're the same color. So it has to be kind of, what I'm looking for is it to be wet, because that's what it'll look like. And I'll probably speed this up, because you don't need to watch me do all this forever. It's pretty, it's kind of nice and calming to do this. So. But don't spread it, blot it is what you're doing, is you're blotting. Now I'm going to lift this up to see for sure that I got pretty good coverage on this. I see a couple spots already that I need to... Okay. Ooh, that's neat. Now, what I need to do is let that dry, and I will show you it at the end with some of the other samples I've done. But anyway, it's just using the same color transparent paint, the color of your fabric. And here is that sample of the red piece, completely covered with the stenciled tone-on-tone. The next piece is Ice Dyed Purple, and I had to mix up the paints, purple and blue, to get the color to match this piece. It's a little bit dark. I think I would go with a little bit lighter paint the next time, but it kind of shows you what you can do. It's just different than just putting another color on top. Anyway, thank you for dropping by. Don't forget that I do have a blog, which is lindahines.com, and I have the tutorials also on that, a full tutorial, especially on this one, and for others that will be coming soon. Thank you for dropping by my channel. Hope to see you again. Thank you.